So what we are doing in the last session, we are discussing about the graphs, and what we have discussed, we have just discussed the graph representation, how we can represent our graph using matrix and how we can represent our graph using list. Okay. So after that, what we have done, we have just started with the map. We have discussed the general parts of the map. So what we are going to do today, first we are going to create representation of our graph using map, then we'll discuss about the map traversals. Okay, let's quickly I hope some of you have already done this. Let's quickly do this. Let's create a graph using map, then we'll discuss more about the graphs. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to include my bits /stdc library. After that, what I'm going to do in the previous what I have done, I have used the procedural method. Today what I'm going to do, I'm going to uh, do it with the help of classes and objects. Okay, with the object oriented programming. So the name of my class is, let's say, graph, and what data it will have, the first, it will just have a map that will be unordered map. Unordered map. Okay, first part will be the type of int, that will be the key of our map, and the second part will be the, its second part will be the vector, that will be type of int. Okay, let's say I'm naming it a map, that is our unordered map. It is a private data member, so I'm going to make others functions, that what we are going to create, I'm going to make it public. Okay, let's say I'm creating an add function for our graph class. So what this add function will take argument, this will take the start pointer as well as the end pointer, and the start value as well as the end value. Okay, int end. Okay, because we are using today our oops concept, so we are not going to means give map or some array or something to it, because we have already that in our class, so we can directly use that. Okay, the first one is int start, int end, and the third one was, let's say again I'm having another optional variable, that is bi true. What it means, it means by default value of this bi will be true. It means if you are not mentioning whether the paths are bidirectional or not, it is by default going to take it as bidirectional. If you are mentioning that it is not a bidirectional, it is not going to add a bidirectional path. Okay, so what we are going to do here, the first one is, it is saying that add an path from start to end. What it means, it means that add an vector, sorry, in our map, uh, map is what is our name of our map, that is map, and it is saying in the starting map, what is the vector that is present at this map, at this index in our map, add something, add the end to it. It means, sorry, it means that from starting to end we are having a path. Okay, uh, same like that we have done in the list representation, or when we were doing the vector arrays of the vectors, sorry, vector of the arrays, right? And I'm asking if my bi is true. What it means, it means I'm having path from the end to start as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add just I'm going to add from a path from end to start as well. Okay, so our add function is over now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to print what are the data my map is having. Let's say I'm going to create a print function for that. So void print, it will not take any argument. What I'm going to say, I'm just going to use a for loop for that. Let's say first I'm creating printing my graph, printing the data, the graph. Okay, and I'm saying I'm going to use my for loop, and I'm, what are the data that I'm having, in which form the data will have. Let's say I'm having a graph, something like this. Let's say I'm quickly going to create a graph for you. Let's say it is 0, let's say it is 1, 2, let's say it is having 2, okay, 3, let's say is having one more node 3, and it is having 4 here, 5 here. Let's say it is having one more node 5 here. Let's say add one or two more nodes so that we can get a clear example of graph. So let's say 6 here, let's say this is 7 here. So I hope it is fine. So how our graph will look like, it will have the data that let's say in the key part it is having, if it is having 0, then it will have in the vector part it will have that 1 only, because from 0 you can go to 1. But if we are having in the key we are having 1 index, let's say, then we'll have in this vector part we'll have 2 and 4, because from 1 we can go to 2, 4 and 0. Sorry, it will be 2, 4 and 0. And again, if in key part we are having 2, we can will have in its vector part will have 3 and 1, because from 2 we can go to 3 and 1. And same like that for 4 it will be 1 and 5, and for 5 it will be 4, 6 and 7. Okay, so how I'm going to traverse my map using the auto keyword again. So what it is going to do, let's say I'm doing auto x my map. What it is going to return, one by one it is going to return a pair to us, and it will say in its first part it will have the key. So I'm going to print my key as it is. So in its first part, sorry, in its first part it will have the key. Okay, and I'm saying print key and print an arrow, print and space as well. And what will be then the second part? In the second part it will have a vector. So again I'm going to traverse my x dot second, because in the second part we are not having single data, we are having a complete vector, because the second part of our map is the vector of type int. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm again saying for auto, although I know that return type of means what is the type of our vector, I can write int here, inty, or I can write auto y, does not matter, that x dot second, because in the second I'll have the vector part. So I'm going to print my vector for the x dot first key that is there in my map. So what I'm writing here, I'm saying that print y one by one and print and space, comma and space. Okay, and after let's say you have completed one pair, again you are going to get in x, you are going to get another pair. So I'm saying before coming back to that pair, before you are going to print that pair, print and new line here. Okay, so let's say whether we have added the correct data or not, let's say whether we have created a correct function or not. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create an object of our graph class. So g dot add, what this function is taking the input, it will be start and end from 0 to 1, we can go. As if I'm not mentioning, it will be take it as a bidirectional, so it will create a path from 1 to 0 as well. Okay, g dot add, so g dot add, from 1 we are having a path to 2. Same in that manner, it is going to take 2 to 1 as well. Okay, let me copy and paste this so that we can do it quickly. So 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 4 to, so it can be 4 to 1 or 1 to 4, does not matter. So 1 to 4 we have created, and from 4 to 5 we are having a path from 4 to 5, and we are having a path from 5 to 6 as well as 5 to 7. Let me add one more function, that is 5 to 7. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just print my map. Okay, let's see whether we are getting the correct output or not. We have not written out semicolon here, so we'll get an error this time. Sir, graph spelling is at the time of this. Okay, where is the graph spelling? GR. Okay, GR. I think it is wrong at there as well. Let me check. Okay, graph. Okay, the graph is right now. Oh yes, it is fine. So here it is wrong as well. GRAPH. Let's try to run it again. Let's see whether we are getting the correct output. Okay, it is running. Okay, we are getting an output. It is saying from 6 we are having a path to 5. Yes, from 6 we are having only path from 5. It is saying from 5 we can go to 4, 6 and 7. From 5 we can go to 4, 6 and 7. Yes, it is right. It is saying 1 from 1 you can go to 0, 2 and 4. From 1 we can go to 0, 2 and 4. That is right. From 3 it is saying you can go to 2 only. Yes, it is right. From 1 it is saying you can go to 1 and 5 only. That is from 1, 4 you can go to 1 and 5. It means we are getting the correct output. As the concept is clear with everyone, how we have represented our graph using map, unordered map in the C++. And in the Java, it is hash map, or in the Python, it is dictionary.